Do you know what it's like to be on the bill and to play for 15 minutes and the only people there to see you are the other bands and their girlfriends?
From Buffalo, New York, where our bike paths have been rape-free since 2006, it's the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast.
Welcome to the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, where we talk about the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, and the tardy drummers of the Buffalo music scene. I'm Ryan Gurnett, and I don't know where Cassidy Dwan is. And I'm Cassidy Dwan, and I'm not here to read my script. Fantastic. On today's episode, we have Eleni DeGeorge here.
Hi.
Local singer, songwriter, pop punk person. Cassie's not here, so you're kind of guest hosting as well as being a guest.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on. We're going to be talking about, she has a 21st birthday party / show at, Mohawk Place on November 7th.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that a little later. And then on today's episode, we're going to talk about a full slate of past and upcoming shows. We're going to have music from Sons of Luther and Eleni and Over and Out and maybe some other stuff. And we'll debut a new segment called Encore, which is just an excuse for me to yell about stuff. You
always need one of those. Always need an excuse to just randomly yell about everything.
On the podcast, yes. Otherwise, I try to just yell for no reason. Just incoherent ramblings.
Yeah, that works.
That's how I interact with other people at parties.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So,
we're
kind of working with a bit of a loose script, so, we're probably gonna play some other music too, but I don't know what we're playing just yet. So, let's get started. We have, the script says we have a lot of show today, but as we've had some cancellations and stuff, we don't. But we're gonna get going with some music anyway. I mentioned on the last episode I recorded a bunch of great music from Tudor Lounge and Mr. Goodbar on September 28th, and this is from that collection. I got to see Sons of Luther at Mr. Goodbar celebrating the release of their new EP, Do What You Can. They were great. I know Ren, who's the lead singer. We worked together at the Sugar City Band Lottery, which would be like a year and a half ago. And he's awesome, and it was very kind of like strokesy, old style, rock and roll kind of stuff, like leather jacket and all. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, leather jacket. See, that just brings it all together. That just makes it
it's so
perfect.
It's so hot on stage. I don't
know how to, honestly. I honestly don't know how. I would die. I'd actually die and pass out on the stage.
I think if you wear leather pants and a leather jacket on stage, you'll die. That's just instant death. So, we're gonna listen to, on that note, we're gonna listen to, Dance Way by the Sons of Luther. Live at Mr. Goodbar on September 28th, here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com.
Dancing
And that was Dance Way. I feel like I left like the script, I left like a word out of the title. But that's what I have by Sons of Luther live at Mr. Goodbar on September 28th to release their new album. So, Eleni, tell us about your November 7th 21st birthday bash. Who's playing?
Awesome. All right. So we have Wolf of Waltzer, Tooth, Sweet Apple. We have Nate Marlowe, who I know personally and who's super fantastically talented, and Derek Gregory.
Awesome. Fantastic. And this is Mohawk Place.
Oh my gosh, yes. We are so excited.
Is this your first Mohawk Place?
Yes. I've always wanted to play there. I've been playing like a lot of stamp shows, and I've heard about Mohawk Place, and I'm just beyond excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so cool that it's there. I'm like, yes.
So, do you have a first 21-year-old person drink planned for the night?
I don't have anything in mind.
And are you gonna actually buy your own drink, or are you gonna wait for someone to buy you a drink?
That's a really good question. See, now that's the real question. Honestly, I don't know. We're just going to see what happens. You're gonna get offered.
You're gonna have like drinks like thrown at you that whole night. Like,
good thing I'm off the next day.
Like, yeah, I was planning on buying you a drink.
Sweet.
And I'm sure Brandon's gonna buy you a drink. And then
I can't actually do it, but I can like.
Oh no, yeah. You can give the money to someone to give her a drink. Is how it works. I just don't think he can actually hold the drink.
Probably not.
In his hand.
It's not legal.
Hand her the card and tell her.
He'd be like, you could take this card, and then we'll use it.
I get like a pretty nice paycheck that week, so.
Yo, okay.
Oh, I will tell you this, for Mohawk Place, and here's a tip for you bands. If you do a bar tab on any of the nights you're playing there, they will give you half off your bill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Some bands really took advantage of that at the Buffalo Punch for Planned Parenthood show.
I could totally believe that too.
Oh,
that's awesome.
My goodness.
It's a good tool.
Yeah. So, in honor of your 21st birthday, I have a game. I'm going to introduce you to the Buffalo bar scene.
Okay.
This is called Name That Venue, Yelp Edition.
Yelp Edition. Ooh,
so
it's real special.
I went onto Yelp and I found just the weirdest and worst 1-star reviews for local Buffalo venues. So I'm going to give them to you multiple choice.
Oh God, okay.
And you just have to guess which one they are. And if you are, and I'll even grant you this. If you don't recognize any of the venues, I'll give you little details.
Okay.
Because, you haven't turned 21 yet, so not all of these are.
Full disclosure, if I offend any of the bars
no,
out there.
I'd like to explain again this, the thoughts and ideas expressed by this section of the podcast is just an aggregation of things we collected off Yelp and is not the opinions of anyone who is currently on the podcast. I mean, some of them might be the same, but yes. For the most part. Alright, so here we go with Name That Venue, Yelp Edition.
Woo!
Alright, number 1. So if you get 5 of these right, we have a prize. We have a prize for you one way or the other, but the quality of the prize will be completely dependent on how well you do.
Oh God, so. I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do.
No, it's okay. Like no one really knows these answers, so everyone does poorly, especially on this one. So.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're all in this together, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone at home, just shout out the answers and hope she hears you.
Yeah, or maybe your dog will hear it too.
Alright, number 1. Went in here last week to see Puddle of Mud. They didn't come up until 11:30 p.m., which was just crazy given it was a work night. Is that A, Town Ballroom, B, the Evening Star, C, Darien Lake Amphitheater, or D, Rapids Theater?
The second one?
You are correct. It was the Evening Star.
Awesome. Woo!
Have you been to the Evening Star?
I have not.
The Evening Star is nice. It is in, it's up in on Niagara Falls Boulevard. Nice big rock star stage. Good sound, good people. All right, one for one.
Yes, we got this.
You are
like downhill.
You're ahead of the curve. Yes. All right, number 2. The best thing about this venue shows is that their marketing sucks, so you can get a good sightline because they're rarely sold out. Is that A, Babeville, B, the Trelf, C, Hard Rock Cafe Niagara Falls, or D, Sugar City?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Sugar City.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
that is the Trelf.
Oh, the Trelf.
Yes.
Okay, that one I actually haven't heard of before. The Trelf.
The Trelf it's an amazing, beautiful club with a lot of history, and the people who book there are just complete assholes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I burned a bridge with them on like episode number 2. They've been completely a giant pain even trying to get me access to review shows. And I'm like,
God,
I'm
why?
coming here and I want to promote the acts you have in. You're doing a disservice to them by not letting press come in. And even when the bands would give me a press pass, I'd still get hassled at the door there.
Come on.
So I don't mind talking about that.
You didn't have a pass. Like, what is this?
So, all right, we're 1 for 2. We're still at 50%.
Okay. Ooh.
All right. I don't know if maybe some pervert took over this location in the interim, but myself and our group won't be back until you settle on a uniform that lets your waitresses come to work and leave with a little dignity. Is that A, Hot Mama's Canteen, B, the Gypsy Parlor, or C, Hard Rock Cafe Niagara Falls, or D, Mr. Goodbar?
Ooh. I'm debating between 2. It's like taking a test.
You can think out loud here.
Let's see. I'm going with either A or D. A?
It is not Hot Mama's Canteen. It's actually the Hard Rock Cafe Niagara Falls.
No way. Really?
I guess that guy is a pervert.
Whoa, that's a...
Or at least according to the review.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is great. Number 4, the rudest and most bizarrely cold and pretentious place I've ever been to drink. The atmosphere is historical in a bad way. I imagine it was once hopping and fun maybe 30 years ago and has since completely died. And the only people who come here when there's no event are the loopy geezers there to mourn the good times they once had.
Wow, that's...
Yikes.
Whoa.
Is that the Tudor Lounge? Is that Nietzsche's, Mr. Goodbar, or DBGB's? Eleni's boyfriend is here.
He's just like watching.
Giving him, no, that's cool. I'm fine with you helping give her answers. We're gonna
You're
price
just looking at me.
We're
You're
like, we're
giving
going
me
Price
the
is Right.
answer.
He's just like flashing her
But
numbers.
it's one of those things, though. It's like the answer could be wrong, though.
Well, yeah.
Let's go with Nietzsche's.
Nietzsche's is correct.
Cool.
Whole lot of really great bands came through there. You are at 50% so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multiple choice. Let's go.
I am excited. Yes. All right. I gotta take a quick sip of water before reading this one. This one's great.
Is this one intense?
All right. A human crumb. Yeah, I said it. That's the way I was treated by old Wanda with the turquoise arm strap on her grabber. Me and my pal Herb, who owns a potato chip company in Gowanda. He knows a bit about the service industry, mind you. Came down to the Guzzle Hut, they call this venue, on this evening, and we were treated like slop. Is that the Gypsy Parlor? Is that Milky's? Is that Mr. Goodbar? Or is that Thin Man Brewery?
God. Okay, before I answer this question, like, did he have to say that, like the Gowanda, like, potato chip company? Like, that was so
Herb clearly knows a bit more about customer service than you and me.
Oh, really?
I get.
Okay, let's go with the last one.
Oh, it is not Thin Man Brewery. That is the Gypsy Parlor. Yes.
The Gypsy Parlor.
The Gypsy Parlor. Thin Man is like super nice and clean.
Are they? I've never been to Thin Man.
Yeah.
That just explains my answer.
Yeah, no, it's a cool place. The Gypsy Parlor definitely has a lot more character.
I've gone there a few times. I have a friend who hosts like an open mic there.
Oh yeah, the open mic school there. Is that Devin?
Devin.
Yes, from Anxious Kids Make Good People. I was
Oh my
just
God, he's
listening to them
awesome.
recently.
Really?
Yeah, he makes cool music. I like him.
Oh my God, he's so talented. He is so talented. And I was there for his open mic, and I just think it's funny because like I love the venue and they have such a good stage. But then sometimes you like happen to walk in and you're just like, let's hope I don't die.
Oh, absolutely. No, I have friends who've seen pretty weird things happen in the bathrooms of that
Oh my
place.
God, I don't even
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, if you're looking for some cocaine, it might not be a bad place to look.
You never know.
Yeah, but no, don't do that.
Please
Listen to music instead.
No.
All right, number 6. After the concert, if you're looking for the way back to 716 for a post-concert drink, don't ask a group of 60-year-old women. Is that A, Music is Art, B, Buffalo Ironworks, C, the Buffalo Niagara Hostel, or D, the KeyBank Center?
All right, option D.
It is the KeyBank Center. You are
Yes,
correct.
I figured. I was like, on the way to 716. What's in here there?
I feel like I didn't see a whole lot of real drunk people at Music is Art. Maybe they were there, but I didn't
either.
see them.
I didn't either.
KeyBank Center seems like the kind of place who'd be hosting a show where someone would be dumb enough to ask a group of 60-year-old women where to find a popular bar.
I feel that. I
yeah.
can understand that.
Dude, you're 3 for 3. So if you get 2 out of the next 3 right,
Okay.
you win, which is way better than I would have thought, figuring you've never been to most of these venues because
Hey,
you're not
it's
21
okay.
yet. But this
I'll get there.
is your crash course. So.
Of course that is.
All right, number 7. I also have to address the fact that frankly it smells like urine most nights. It's not of dive bars, it just makes me feel like I'm going to come down with something. Is that A, Tudor Lounge, B, Broadway Joe's, C, Milky's, or D, Showplace Theater?
Option 3?
It is not Milky's. And Jesus Christ, don't say that about the place I book shows.
Listen,
How rude.
I actually like Milky.
Yeah, I know, I'm just messing with you. It was Tudor Lounge.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I like Tudor Lounge. I've been there for some good shows recently, but I still am a little hesitant to go into their bathroom during summer hours.
I wanted to say a little bit about Milky's real quick. Oh my god. Me and my friends just we love Milky's. Like we talk about it all the time. We're like, yo, Mike Milky, yes! We love it. We think it's so
Awesome.
funny. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's a good place. Everyone's so nice there.
Yeah, and that's where one of my first ever shows was. So.
Who'd you see?
No, I was actually playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of my shows with Green Gymnast Cece.
Oh, cool. All right, we got 2 left.
Cool.
Number 8. This is the single worst bar in the United States of America.
Oh my god.
Bars in third world nightmares like Tanzania and Kenya are probably cleaner than the floors at this stuck in the 70s, rotting Buffalo dustbin. If you ignore the warnings to go to this quote-unquote bar on a Friday night, you'll realize what a cluster doink mess it is. Is it this Showplace Theater, Rapids Theater, Mr. Good Bar, or Broadway Joe's?
Broadway Joe's?
Incorrect. Though
Oh.
most bad things that you could say about any Buffalo club, you could say about Broadway Joe's. You're probably you're too young to remember Broadway Joe's fully. Okay, Broadway Joe's doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so it's not a thing anymore.
Thank
okay.
Christ. It was so, oh man, it was so horrible.
What's wrong with it?
The sound system was terrible and people weren't there and there was always it was always like the new metal playlist. No matter what show, that was what they play in between sets. Like it could be like pop punk or groove or like anything and it was always like Evanescence and Korn. Like
Oh my god.
always. The
They're just
bathroom.
The essentials.
Oh man, I'm jumping into the rabbit hole with this story. I go there to play a show with my band and I go and use the bathroom and I plug the toilet because I'm a guy and guys do that, right?
Yep.
Right, Brandon? Yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Brandon's
I
like,
needed
"No,
the one man and I needed the guy in the room to back me up on that. But there's no door on the stall in the bathroom. So I'm literally like plunging the toilet with like my pants around my ankles, like staring out the door, just like, no one come in, no one come in. And
You're just waiting for the sound of the door to
no one was in that club that night. So I lucked out, but yeah, oh my god, Broadway
That
Joe's.
sounds so rough.
It was such a terrible place.
Oh
like,
my.
Oh, what was the answer? That was Mr. Goodbar, actually.
Really? Okay.
All right, last one. If you buy tickets for a band that never shows up, the bouncer literally throw you to the ground and kick you out rather than admit their scheduling was bad. Take your chances. Is that the Waiting Room, Broadway Joe's, Showplace Theater, or Electric Avenue?
All right. What are my options? Again.
You got the Waiting Room.
Okay.
You got Broadway Joe's.
Okay.
You got Showplace Theater.
Okay.
You have Electric Avenue.
A? Question mark? Question mark?
Fuck, you got it right.
No way.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
go.
so basically just guessing on questions you had 25% chance at, you got 4 out of them right. So
Cool.
you get a prize.
Oh.
I'm gonna go into the prize bag.
Oh, you have a prize
see.
bag? That's so cute.
Oh, absolutely.
For the last one, the guess was as simple as I went by the name and the description of throwing people out. The Waiting Room, if you wait too long, you get thrown out.
I never got a chance to go to the Waiting Room. They put on some dope ass shows. Let's see. I know Eleni listens to music in the car, so let's see
You know
here.
it.
I will. Oh man, there's so much good stuff. You've heard Johnny and the Man Kids?
I have not.
I'm gonna give you Johnny and the Man Kids, new EP, You Made Me Hurt. And then I don't know how well it'll even play anymore. This is an artifact of Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
This is the Imports. They were literally the first pop punk band I can remember in Buffalo.
Really?
I'm not
That's
gonna lie. I mean, it was high school. We were all
Yeah.
really bad. So it's not great, but fuck it, listen to it.
I will.
It's your Buffalo history.
I'll definitely.
So you have those.
Thank you.
And you get to
Brandon,
go home
we got stuff for the car
with a well-earned win. That Johnny and the Man Kids EP too is fantastic. It's really
you
good.
talk about them all the time.
Yeah, they're
I
really
listen
good.
to them now.
So welcome. That's your tutorial. You now know Buffalo's bar scene as well as you really need to.
Okay, the crash course. We got this.
Yeah. So
I'll go there and be like, wow, that review.
So yeah, we'll play some Johnny and the Man Kids next. Here is. I'm just looking at we're gonna play That's Different. Here's That's Different from Johnny and the Man Kids from their EP, You Made Me Hurt, here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. And we are back on Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast. Hi, Cassidy.
Hi.
We're better late than never.
Oh, I got here as soon as I could.
I understand.
Waitress land is a difficult land.
I understand. Mm-hmm. So, we're here to talk about some previous shows.
I'm ready.
Cool. All right. On October 15th, I went to see Electric Six at Mohawk Place.
Danger, danger, high voltage.
I only knew that song, and then I found out they did Gay Bar.
Oh, no, at the Gay Bar, yeah.
And
George Bush was in that music video. Remember that music video?
There was a parody video. The actual video has him dressed as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, they were awesome. Like, I was only familiar with those two songs. They're just like a good, like... The first half of the show was kind of punky, kind of reminded me of the Soul Butchers a little bit, and then the second half is real dancey.
Yes.
And it was a super exciting show. They put on a really great time.
Where was that?
Mohawk.
Right.
And Super-Tugger played.
Okay.
We had Angel on a while back, and I actually I helped them. I was in the process of writing some of those songs when I was in Viva Noir with those guys.
Nice.
And,
it's always good to have that kind of connection and see other people working through there.
Absolutely, it's so much fun. They actually played a song that I played with the Viva Noir when I was there, and yeah, they
So you knew all the words?
Oh, I could have played the bass line. I could have went up there and played it.
I know. Put me in, coach.
So yeah, no, it was a really great show, and more people should go listen to Super-Tugger. And but yeah, check out Electric Six next time they come to town. There are certainly plenty of spots available.
I caught them at the Traps some years ago, and I'm very upset I wasn't able to make that show. I'm glad that,
Yeah, it was like
was it well attended?
It probably could have been a little more full for Mohawk, but I'd say it was like 75% capacity. It was pretty good.
It's nice in that space for that show. I mean, that would be sweet.
I get my seat like on the right side, on that little rise part, like right in the beginning. It's fantastic.
Excellent.
All right, and then on October 11th, I was at Milky's, and I saw Bobby and the Love, Bloodthirsty Vegans, and Cheap City. We love Bloodthirsty Vegans.
Yeah, did they have a drummer sitting in with them? Was that a...
Oh, they had Greg Morton. He usually plays with them. He's been playing with them for a while now.
Yeah.
Greg Morton, if no one knows of him, is in like 8 local bands. He is a fantastic drummer.
When you play.
Huh?
Drummers are in short supply, I feel. You know?
Ooh.
I could agree.
I feel like bass players are more in short supply. Like, I could find a couple drummers right now who...
I also agree.
Yeah, who are available right now. I don't really know any bass players who are.
Yeah. Your Battle of the Bass things. That's...
Oh, yeah. It's December 6th. We'll be talking about that
coming
later.
up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't mean to give anybody...
Oh, no, we can talk... we can talk about that all you want. So, yeah, Bloodthirsty Vegans put on a great show. Bobby and the Love are really... Have you seen Bobby and the Love?
I think I'd seen him play with Christina Stock at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby is a super nice, fun guy. He's super easy to get along with.
A character, though, too.
Yeah, and he's really passionate about local music, and, you know, the set's kind of, like, dreamy and folky.
Sure.
And it didn't quite fit the show for the night, but it was still real fun to watch. And
right.
For Festivus, and actually, for this event, he dressed up as Mickey Mouse, and... for Festivus, he dressed up as Mickey Mouse, and he handed out candy, and, like, drunk women were delighted. Like, he was, like, the hit of the night, but apparently when you're just outside on a street corner in Elmwood, and no one knows why you're there, and you try to give them candy, oh my god, the looks... People were horrified.
People were just like, who's this person?
Like, half the people were like, oh, cool candy, and other people were just... Yeah.
Yeah. No, it could be creepy. He didn't have like a van or anything, though, so it wasn't as creepy as it could have been.
Not the van wasn't in view.
It wasn't in view.
I cannot confirm or deny whether or not Bobby
musicians
has
have vans. Yeah, right.
There's a good chance there was a van. And then Cheap City played. They're an out-of-town band. They're from Holyoke, Massachusetts. They were fantastic. They kind of remind me of Against Me with like keyboards.
Okay.
Just like real punky, yelly kind of music. And the
so
singer,
like more synth pop infused energy? I'm thinking
not
Against
quite,
Me.
not pop, like synth punk.
Punk, yeah.
And there was like a little bit of like gypsy rock in there, like Gogol Bordello.
That's a lot going on.
I loved, the singer didn't use the mic stand. He literally would fling the mic over his shoulder when he played keys, and then just like grab the mic back and start like yelling when he sang. He would never typically do both at the same time.
There you go.
But they were really good. I don't know when they're going to come back to town, but if you get a chance to check out Cheap City, I know they have a ton of good music on Bandcamp. They're really interesting, nice guys. I had a really good time working with them and hanging out.
How many are in that band?
They were a 4-piece.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that the next time they come to town. And then on a non-musical related note, I saw Mystery Science Theater 3000 at the Riviera Theater on October 22nd. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I can at least feel like I can mention it a little bit because they did play the song live. Like Joel had picked up a guitar and played it. But I'd never been to the Riviera, so I want to talk about that. That place that's a really nice theater.
No?
Like I was really surprised how nice it was.
So they sell these shows out, and they're cover shows, but their tickets will go on sale 6 months ahead of time, and they will sell out. What did my dad say he's going to do? Nonsense, you know, like we're not really Led Zeppelin, but we're playing the music of, right? Yeah. But that is very popular amongst a certain demographic. What was the age of Mystery Science 3000?
Well, it was like there were some kids. It was mostly like 30s would have been like an average, but there definitely appeared to be a decent amount of people who had no, like, older, like God. As I sit here with my gray hair, I'm going to say a bunch of gray hairs.
Right.
But no, they're like 60-ish looking people who are like, I heard these guys play really bad movies. And it's like, oh, you have no idea what this is either. And you just wonder if like some of the locals
and they're just there because it's a pretty place.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you this, they did a horrible job promoting that show. Like, that place could have been packed. The only reason I found out about the show was I was on the town ballroom website looking for gigs, and they happened to have it listed there. But like, I know a lot of geeks, and most of them had no idea this was going on.
Right.
Even if some of the people I did run into.
So it wasn't a sold out thing.
No, not by any means. But it was a great show. On the tour, they're doing 2 different movies. The one we saw was called, oh god, it was like Circus of Chaos or something. It was this really weird German horror movie. And, yeah. It was pretty awesome. The merch was insane. They wanted $40 for a t-shirt.
I believe it.
$20 for a pair of socks.
They sold those too.
$20.
$20
for a pair of socks.
Those better have been some great socks. Like, wow.
Are you familiar with this particular geek show?
I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's wow, that's so impressive.
Yeah. So that was me. Have you, Cassidy, seen any shows recently?
Have I seen shows recently? Yes. Well, just yesterday evening I caught the lovely Shilpa Ray playing at Duende in the cantina, which is so toasty with the little fireplace going and everyone packed into this space. Like, it wasn't an announced show. It was just
There wasn't a
treasure.
web page up, but it was shrouded in mystery, and it didn't have her listed on it. It just mentioned Dream
So
Beaches.
this lady, if you're not familiar with Miss Shilpa Ray, has this voice that is like there's a borderline yelly to the tone sometimes, but when things are sing-songy, they are dreamy. And her go-to instrument is this squeeze box, right? Like this accordion on a tabletop kind of thing. And the inset, I went up and spoke with her afterwards. She'll be touring, they're going on tour now with a band that's from New Zealand. And I just thought how nice it would be for them to then go to New Zealand and tour with this band. And big things from a band that I'd seen originally at Nietzsche's in the front room. And and the energy of a show like that when it's special, like when people are like, ooh, this is top secret and this is a really cool place and everybody's here to take on the magic of it.
I've never been to Duende before. It's really great there. And that room on the second floor where they had the music was it's like old warehouse. Okay. Like, it just it looks perfect for
so it's a gem of Buffalo. There's a lot of strange and outside of the box folksy kind of things that can play there. I've seen string ensembles playing there in the past, and it's diverse too. The lineup, I think Kevin Kane puts in most of the shows there.
Yeah,
right?
And he does a great job looking at this.
Again, it was really lovely because also the weather was nice, and so the cantina, as the music kind of just radiated into the evening, you're under the silos down there. It's tucked right in the
you definitely look like
rust
you're
belt.
not driving to the right place when you get down that driveway.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's layers of magic and treasure about it. Right.
Magic is what it is.
Sounds so awesome.
I'm excited.
Radiation.
It's an upcoming show. I'm just excited because it's so close. Rufus Wainwright is playing at Bayville next weekend.
I was unaware of that. Do you know who's opening?
I think it's just an evening with. I think we're just doing Rufus. An evening with is usually solo non-opener. Yeah. My goodness. I'm just thinking about magical treasures.
I was never a big Rufus Wainwright fan, so I honestly don't have anything to add to that.
Oh my gosh, the whole Wainwright family. Martha Wainwright is quite a musician in her own right, and obviously their father, Loudon Wainwright, was prolific in his. Good. I get all excited and I just.
It's okay.
Words.
If we didn't get
it's good to get excited.
If we didn't get sidetracked, we would have no content for this podcast.
Sure.
So, going back to the October 15th show, we were talking about Super-Tugger. Why don't we play a song from them?
Let's.
This is a song. This is a song I worked with them when I was in Viva Noir with them, and it's a song called Bag of Bones, and it's one of my favorite kind of fuck off to an ex kind of songs.
Who writes in this band?
I know Jay, who's the singer, and Angel, who plays guitar. They both write, so I don't know exactly which one wrote it, but they're both excellent songwriters from my work with them. I was always real happy with it. So here is Bag of Bones on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. And that was Bag of Bones by Super-Tugger here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. Hi, Eleni.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going real good. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. So for Cassidy, who is new to the Eleni DeGeorge business,
I am. I did a little bit of snooping.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Lead the way,
A
Cassidy.
little listening, a little snooping.
Okay.
So you're now performing as a two-piece, right?
Yep.
Eleni and the Bliss, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I like the play on her name with the Bliss.
Thank you.
This is cool.
Thank you.
yeah. So I suppose, just because we're just talking about songwriting, are you primarily the songwriter?
Yeah, right now I am.
Okay.
All the songs we've been doing so far are the ones that I've written, actually.
Nice. So as a 3-piece, are you carrying over any of the songs that you were already performing into your duo?
Yeah, we still are. We're really new still, so we haven't written a lot of material yet. So We're probably going to use my songs. I know that Bliss has a few songs of her own that she wanted to add in, and we're going to just use them all together.
This is great.
It's fun.
I feel like the enthusiasm in your presence, obviously no one else can see that, you're a young looking, vibrant person. How old are you?
I'm turning 21 next month.
I knew
That's what the show
I
is
knew
for.
it.
Yeah.
This is great. Cast.
Just my roll.
You can always add stuff.
Yeah, we can mix stuff. That's what John is for.
Worst comes
Thank
to
you
worst.
very much for all your editing, John. I love you very much.
Sure you do.
So you have new things recorded.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's the problem.
Okay.
So she has previously worked with Ken Rutkowski from Outer Limits Studio. Are you familiar with
Right. I think I have met Ken.
So.
No, I think we actually have a plethora of very talented recording engineers in Western New York.
Yes, that's what I've been telling her, and was talking to the guys in Type Relevant about this recently.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see when I graduated, I was right at the beginning of hey everybody, here's laptops you can record on that are
Right.
$5 billion. Mm-hmm. So I still see like Ken and GCR is they have these studios where it's these big lavish rooms and the giant board.
Sure.
And that's great. And I mean, you're getting what you pay for with your sound at any of those places, but there are so many people now who have
There's so many
at
different
home.
levels.
And
I love musicians who then build their own studios, or Mammoth
yeah.
Recording Studio or whatever, where you've got someone
That's the next step.
who's... No, obviously you know what your own sound wants to end up evolving into in its production, but it's cool to
No,
be able to have another year.
On the Sender has Noiseland Studio, which has a really great rate for people. RJ DeMarco, I can never remember what the name of his studio is. He's from Fernway. He's got a great studio in Hamburg. The guys in Type Relevant have pretty reasonable offers. They're in the South Buffalo area.
Sure.
I'm constantly amazed when I go to meet musicians how many of them have these real nice studios in the
Right.
basement.
See, that's
so
good.
back to the interview and not
Sure.
me talking about studios.
No. So in your songwriting, in your own evolution of it, when do you think you wrote your first song? How many years deep are we in songwriting?
A while. I've always had ideas to write songs about. Growing up I was always a writer, so I'd always just kind of write down how I felt about things. Then eventually listening to music, it just kind of became music. It became songwriting. And I probably started in 2013 actually.
Okay.
So it's been a really long time. My first actual song I wrote in 2013. It's really simple and it's really it's really basic, but it's a song.
So your main instrumentation is guitar?
Yeah, mainly, but I used to play viola in high school, so I would do a lot of orchestration stuff.
I think the viola is
I played piano
hero.
growing up,
Yeah.
so it's cool. It's really fun to mess with all the instruments. I love hearing the actual product when it comes out, because then you can finally hear it, because it's all in my head, and I have all the piano parts in my head, and I have the viola and the violins and all that, and it's cool. It's cool to hear it. There it is.
I had to take some orchestration classes in college, and that was always the most frustrating thing. Is you could play it back to whatever I don't even remember what programs they used for orchestration back then.
Sibelius.
Something like that. You'd pop it in there, and you could kind of hear the MIDI interpretation of the music, but you really, until you get it in front of people to have them play it, you really don't get to take in the whole broad swath of what it all is.
Yeah.
What's your songwriting approach like? Are you one of these people who has the notebook that's you have 50 notebooks full of lyrics, or do you writing the melodies first? How do you try to...
So, it's funny. A lot of the time I'll actually start writing a song when I'm in the moment of things. If I feel if I'm at a, if I was at Stamps, I wrote a song there about an ex. I was at, in Fredonia at one point, I wrote a song about this girl who was bothering me. I'll feel things when I'm there, and then be
Does that Get Off My Back?
Oh, that's actually a different one.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of exes and a lot of things to write about. But yeah, so whenever I'm in the moment, I just like to write about it, and then I'll usually have like some sort of idea or like something will come into my head, like I'll have like a chorus or like I'll start to come up with like a fluent verse line or something, and then I'll like write it down on my phone, and then I'll kind of go back to it when I go home, and then I start writing.
Nice.
Write it down in the phone. Here you are, all old school analog with your. Do you have stacks of notebooks? It's the future.
Sometimes.
I don't know. When I'm, like, even now when I write lyrics, I need to, like, have, like, that weight of the pen. Like,
right.
Typing.
You can tell how angsty you are by the handwriting scribbled on the paper.
Oh, absolutely. And you can tell how many changes you've made by, like, all the scribble marks.
See, it's a little bit different for me, though, because I actually have a book, like, when I actually finish a song, I'll write in there, I'll be like, alright, this song is officially done, we're gonna put it in the book. And then I put it in the book. And it sits there. It's like more of like an official thing.
So that when you're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they have that piece from the book to put in the frame on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
It's good to have something to donate. We don't, this podcast, I've been realizing we don't have really any old artifacts or anything.
Ephemera.
Yeah. Not that I think anyone's going to want it, but.
Maybe.
They will.
Oh, right.
They will. Give it time.
You matter.
Oh, shucks.
No, very good. So how many different bands have you played with?
Alright, so I actually just started like being in a band a few months ago. So I started off in May with an ex who was like a part of one of the bands in the Buffalo music scene. And his friend, who was also in the band, became my bassist. So I had a drummer and a bassist for a little bit. It didn't really work out. We broke up, and there was a lot of, oh my god, my life is drama. But there was so much drama with that. He started like talking garbage about me, all this shit. Different musicians like, oh, she's so mean, she has this huge ego, she sucks, oh my god, and she's a terrible person. And then he started trying to split up my band. Once I had like Amber Bliss, who was my drummer, we were Eleni in the Aftermath. So I had that bassist, I had Amber, and it was me. So we were Eleni in the Aftermath for a little bit. And the ex kept on trying to come in and started talking to Amber separately, me separately, and the bassist separately. And he was like, oh, you guys are too good for each other. Like, you could be doing so much more without each other. And we didn't know that we were all being talked to by him. So what ended up happening was Brandon, my boyfriend, figured that out. And he was like, wait, they're all talking to each other. Hold on. And then we all figured it out. The bassist was still on the side of the ex. So he ended up not really working out with us. There was too much going on there.
Oh, that's a whole different kind of struggle.
Oh, it is. It is the struggle is real. It's real. But yeah, this is kind of number 3. This is the first, like, actual thing where we had promo pictures and all that, but.
Great.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that? Who do you use to take your promo picture? How do you put together your own press kit as a new band?
Well, we have a really cool resource. My boyfriend Brandon, he's like our photographer and like our videographer.
Great.
So when we made On Hold, he actually like took all the photos and he actually filmed the whole video with me.
And he cares.
Yeah, and it really helps. We live together, so it really helps with that kind of thing. And it's nice because he can always like figure out when the shows are, so he always comes to every show and takes photos for us.
Perfect.
It's so helpful. He's awesome. He's so awesome at it. You're so talented, Brandon.
Oh my goodness. I feel the love.
Can you?
I can.
This podcast is about anything. It's about the love.
So as a live performer, I'm just gonna. It's about the love. As a live performer,
John, please cut that out.
What's your favorite venue that you've played?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. One of my favorites was like the Hard Rock Cafe. That was one of my first ones, and I loved it. It was so cool to like have a huge audience in front of me, and it was such a good experience. I also really like Stamps too. I've been playing a lot at Stamps.
Sure, I like it. Stamps is always a fun place for.
Well, Stamps does all ages shows, yeah.
18 plus.
That's cool.
I like the whole aesthetic. It's very like punky, and there's stickers everywhere in weird spots, and.
Oh, absolutely. I think as far as like being up in that Tonawanda area, there's very.
And it's hip there, like the Kenton area, I guess, maybe.
Hip? No?
I don't know. No.
No, you've been out of the city for too long, Cassidy.
It's hipper than where I live. No.
Yeah.
No, like the village of Tonawanda, that's supposed to be a hip place.
I think it is.
Is it?
Yes. I don't know.
I don't know what's hip anymore.
See, all I know is that like with Stamps, we all like me and my squad, my whole like friend group, we all just go to 7-Eleven and we're like, hey, slushies and Slim Jims and all that stuff. So midway through, we'll get like tacos at like the taco place or 7-Eleven. It's fun. It's a little detour you can go to there.
Which I'm going to mention, by the way, you are playing on December 14th at Stamps.
Oh, yeah.
With, for Jen DeSantis is having her EP released.
So excited.
Oh, very good.
With,
It'll be so fun.
with Eleni and Muddle and Witch and Good Morning Helen.
I don't know Good Morning Helen.
Good Morning Helen doesn't seem to play that often. I was surprised to find her name wasn't Helen.
Okay.
She's just a local singer-songwriter.
Good morning, Helen.
That's how I send the email, like, good morning, Helen. Do you want to play a show?
Yo,
And,
I'm just going to mention this real quick.
Sure.
My name in the Greek language actually means Helen. So that's kind of cool.
Whoa, full circle.
Yo.
Well, good morning.
Yeah. Good evening, Helen.
Oh. Please don't call me that.
Yeah. I can make fun of the name Helen because it's not her name either.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I like the Witch. Go back through. Tell me about the Muddle.
Muddle we've played them before. They are a punk band and everyone's 18 or 19. And
I know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
I get confused with the names of the,
me too. She's got this yell like Courtney Love that just, you don't expect coming out of her mouth just when you look at her, but it's an amazing growl and the whole band's really impressive. So that's
Jen DeSantis's release.
Her EP release show. So she's been working over at GCR.
Great. That's exciting.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear how it sounds.
Cool.
Hopefully we'll have an exclusive here.
Right.
We can play something.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be very fun.
Yeah.
Jen is so talented. Ugh. Oh.
Alright, so we're going to play On Hold by Eleni DeGeorge.
Love to hear it.
Right now on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on LWNY.com.
want me, and I you'll be here when I'm ready. You said put me on hold. You're such a temptation of forbidden fruit. Oh, if I could, I'd take it right out of you. It's so bittersweet, what we are. You give me a rush, but I can't push things too far. I wanna be the one you call every night, and the one you touch you love. But for now the time it ain't right. I've got you on hold, you on hold, you on hold. You said you want me, and I've got mutual feelings. You'll be here when I'm ready. You said put me on hold.
No. Alright. Hey, so there's a lot of shows coming up.
There's a lot of good shows coming
There's a
up.
lot of good shows coming up. We already talked about Eleni playing at Mohawk Place with Wolf of Waltzer, Tooth, Sweet Apple, Nate Marlowe, and Derek Gregory. There's like an I in there, and there's not a Y at the end.
I say Gregory, but I'm probably wrong.
Oh man, I was wondering when you said that. I don't know. Well, Derek, tell us how to pronounce your name properly.
It looks like a Gregoire.
Right?
Maybe
Doesn't
Greg-
it?
I can't even say it now. Wow.
Gregoire.
Gregoire.
So
I'll have to
go
ask-
check that
I'll have to
out.
ask him.
It's 18 plus. It is $8 if you buy ahead of time. It is $10 at the door. On November 9th, we are hosting. We're hosting Kurt Riley, Infringement Festival favorite Kurt Riley at Milky's on Elmwood. Kurt Riley is this David Bowie-esque glam rocker, a little bit of an older guy, but still a really cool sound, and he puts a lot of energy and time into his stage show between the lighting and the smoke effects. and all
What
that
day of the
stuff.
week is November 9th?
It's either a Friday. I think it's a Friday. Cause your thing's on a Wednesday, right?
Thursday. So it might be Saturday.
Okay, so it'll be Saturday then.
Cool.
And they're playing with Makeout Tactics. This is Makeout Tactics. I thought it was going to be their first show. It's their first Buffalo show. They debuted in Fredonia, or they do in a couple days before this episode comes out. There's 7 of them. They live all together, a local art house. And it reminds me of like Broken Social Scene and Death Cab for Cutie. But I've only heard a little bit because they're a brand new band and they don't have a lot of material. So I would come check them out. I'm really excited to see what they have. Then VR Sunset's on the bill. They are synth calculator rock.
Wow.
I think they'll give people a little bit of stuff to dance to. They're going to be finishing off the night. And then we also have The Great Mistake, who very power poppy, kind of reminds
You
me
got a lot of
Eagles
bands on this bill.
There's a lot of bands on every bill.
How many dollars does that cost?
Well, I got to tell you about this one more band.
Oh my gosh.
It's The Lady or the Tiger.
Tell me more.
And they are playing 60s Britpop mixed with like Americana and soul.
There's a lot going on.
And those 5 bands, $5. That's $1 a band.
$1 a band.
$1 a band.
What a value.
Yeah, and it'll be a fun night at Milky's, so if you can make it on down, I would recommend that. On December 6th, we have Battle of the Buffalo Bassists.
Yes.
Dude, this is going to be so cool. So we have our 8 bassists in place.
If we had sound effects, that'd be blowing that
Oh
off.
man, that's next. I need some reverb on this board too, so I can really like Buffalo,
Echo.
So we have members of bands including Type Relevant, Chester Copperpot, Scarecrow Show, Beyond Mountains, Dilettante, Insoluble.
Wow, some good bands on there.
Dreadnecks, and I'm missing one. 7 out of 8. I'm really proud of myself for that. Yeah, it's going to be great. We have a few local judges who are going to be there.
Will there be elimination rounds? How is this being conducted?
It is a single elimination tournament.
Holy.
So we start off with 8, and then each round we kind of whittle our way down. And
How many
we're
judges?
We're going to have some consolation rounds too. So everyone's going to play 3 rounds.
Bunch of crap prizes to give out to your... No?
We'll see. I'm working on prizes. I'm working on like legit prizes. We have some judges. We have Jack Culp, who's like legendary local Buffalo bass player. We have another of the same, who I'm just waiting to confirm with. And then we have Jeff Jankowski, a local drummer who's been playing on the scene for like 25 years. He will be our house drummer for the night. And
Nice.
we're going to have the competition, and then we're going to have just like a bass jam out with all the bass players at the end of the night. It is going to be thick.
Yeah. Muddy.
Yeah.
That's a good word for it.
So, and is going to benefit the Will Rowe Foundation. The Will Rowe Foundation is a kind of it's a brand new charity where they're actually, some of the money we raise is going to go towards them getting their 401 or 501c, is it,
Great,
for
yeah.
nonprofit?
501c3.
What they do is they help provide money to disabled people who, like, they don't want to give money to help pay for the medications, but they want to help give money to pay for your rent if you're pouring all your money into your medication.
So, who's the foundation named after?
I know the executive director is Ryan Seeley, who's
Okay.
actually the new executive director at Allentown Association
Nice.
as well. And he named it after his brother, and I don't know his full name,
Okay.
but his brother's name was Will. He had anemia, and he got HIV through a blood transfusion in the 80s.
How awful.
So, yeah. So, from the second he told me about what he's doing, I knew I really liked it, and, you know, for these big events, I like making them charity stuff when possible. So,
No, I think
it's supporting
that's
a great
win-win.
cause. I think
For
it's
sure.
going to be $8. I still haven't settled on the price yet. I'm still, like, final details and kind of the way things are going. But
Yeah.
it's going to be, like, this is...
I mean, how much does a movie ticket cost? Give me a break. This is
Exactly. I haven't been to a movie in so
entertainment.
long. But, like, I know Greg Burt does his bass player nights, and this is a little similar to that, but this is kind of unlike really anything else that people are doing in the area, so
Sure.
it might be the only one we do, so come and check it out. It's going to be super fun. And then we have the aforementioned Agenda Sandus EP release show on December 14th at Stamps with Eleni, Muddle, Witch, and Good Morning Helen. And then, Cassidy, I have a special announcement.
What is it? What is it? He's his own sound effects.
It's true skill.
I forgot to pull it up on my computer, so I'm just going to keep stalling.
He's loading. He's loading.
He's loading. Oh, stuttering.
Oh, man.
Too much Mystery Science Theater.
Festivus for the rest of us for 2019. I haven't actually announced to anyone. I don't even think that other people in the festival know about who's playing at the fundraiser. So every year we have our annual Festivus fundraiser at Nietzsche's for Buffalo Infringement Festival. It is our biggest party of the year.
I do like a festival.
I think it was bigger than opening or closing ceremonies myself.
And it's such the opposite from the Infringement Festival that everybody's ready for it again. You
Absolutely. We had about 170 people last year. It was
It was a good time.
party. So, this year, here's the lineup I have in no particular order. We're going to have local roots rocker, Nicotine Jones.
Okay.
We played him on the last episode. I love what he brings. I think he's good drinking music.
Very good.
We have the Baby Machines, featuring the wonderful, amazing Jess Collins. I ran into her at a party last night. She's fantastic.
She's pretty cool.
Christina Stock is playing. I might be joining her. I'm playing some bass stuff.
That'd
with
be
her.
so cool.
So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna have Seinfeld Burlesque.
Lovely.
Yeah, we're working with a few different burlesque groups, and
Lovely.
I will offer my services. I can wear a bald cap and be George if needed.
That could be weird. It's gonna get strange, isn't it?
You know, if infringement needs me to just take off my shirt and dance around,
Oh, need is not the
I'll
word.
do what is necessary.
I'm sure you will.
I've given my everything to this festival, and I'll continue. We have Boney Tony. He's actually a member of Makeout Tactics, who we mentioned earlier. He's kind of a parody, funny, jokey kind of singer-songwriter.
Okay.
We have Over and Out, who is like... They're so good. Did you see them at the live show,
I did see
Cassidy?
Over and Out.
Oh, man. They're so
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
Well,
And
have
I
you seen
met
Over
that-
and Out?
I have not.
Oh, my God. It
Sally,
was-
the
Sally Schaefer.
Oh my gosh.
She's a gem.
She's got that fiddle action.
Oh, my
There's
goodness.
an energy with
they're
that fiddle.
Grim Folk, if they're a 5-piece.
Okay.
And Rob, who sings, has this, like... He listens to a lot of Bright Eyes. And you can tell. And that's cool. I like some Bright Eyes. And then there's like some like, so there's folk and there's some punk and there's like these undercurrents of like Irish.
Ooh.
Because Sally Schaefer, who plays violin, is kind of...
I at that show, right?
Yeah.
So I go to get my phone out to take some pictures, to take some video, and I was just so captivated that I had to dance. I had to put the phone down and I had to dance.
Yeah, no,
Good.
they are super fun. They're one of my favorite bands to see live. I think they're like red hot right now, so I'm super happy that they will be
great.
there. We have Hooked on Cassiophonics, featuring Ms. Pam Swartz and Rocknuts.
That'll be fun.
They performed last night at a house party at the Nickel City Co-op.
Were they?
Wonder Month, and they performed. They have a new member, a female rapper named Miggy.
Interesting.
I only got to catch just a real brief bit because, party.
Yeah.
But I caught a little, and I'm really excited for them to bring her out. It's such a great time. Anything Pam Swartz does,
For sure.
I'll watch, and I love Rocknuts' energy. And then we have Tina Panic Noise,
Right.
our favorite punk. I don't know how to. I never know how to describe them properly. Cassidy, take it away.
Oh, I don't know, man. How?
It's like street punk, and it's got political, and it's kind of experimental too at the same time.
It's definitely experimental. That would be the best. I mean, because there's some noise happening too. You're
it's
noodling about with. Our lead singer for Tina Panic Noise, Isabel, is quite a diverse musician.
Yes.
In their own right. And I've known them for a long time, and I feel like, even strangely growing up, I could always admire the musicianship. So it's nice to see this incarnation of musicianship. They were just on tour too, I think.
Yes, they stepped back from tour a couple weeks ago.
So that's always
Sounds
a
like
good
they had lot of
experience. You
fun.
come back and you're, playing the same kind of home space. That's like a homecoming, right?
Yes.
Homecoming weekend.
And then we also have Omri Monroe. He is a local. He's this R&B guy. He's got this real smooth voice, nice funky backing band. So I think he'll fit in real nice. I think he'll be good.
It sounds
there
like
late at night.
a mix, a medley of something for everyone.
Exactly.
A stocking.
Exactly.
Stuffed with fun.
And
Yes.
then DJ Soyotos is we're gonna have a dance night to end the night. We're also gonna have airing of grievances. We're gonna have a Festivus poll. We might
the
have
good things.
feats of strength if we can figure that out this year. We had some issues last year.
Feats of
I asked
strength.
people to buy a couple bags of coal so we can use it as a prop.
Okay.
And they thought birdseed was an adequate replacement.
No.
No, it is not.
No.
So that's Festivus. That is December 28th at Nietzsche's. It's $5. It is going to be so much fun, but we're out of time. So we are going to play a live track that I took from Over and Out.
Great.
On September 28th at Tudor Lounge.
Perfect.
It was the On the Cinders CD release show.
Cool.
And it was awesome, and I'm trying to remember the name of the song live. The song is called Talking to Myself.
Great.
So, here it is, from Over and Out on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. And that was Over and Out here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, playing Talking to Myself from the Tudor Lounge on September 28th. I want to yell about some stuff. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to back away a little bit so I don't get too loud into the microphone.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Cassidy owns the only pair of headphones. So, it seems like when it comes... I've been on both sides now, between booking shows and between being a band who book shows. And it seems like when it comes to the health of the scene, there can be a lot of blame going around both ends.
Right.
And I had an experience where everyone dropped the ball, and I just want to talk about this. I helped put together a show, and one of the bands was booked 3 months ahead of time. 3 months ahead of time. The day before the show, they found out they were double booked.
How does that happen?
3 months in advance, they were double booked, and it was just one member of the band. What really gets you too is this band, when we first put them on the bill, complained like crazy about having to play last. And then the day before the show, they're like, "Oh yeah, our guy's gonna be late. We have to play last." And I ended up helping. Yeah, they were really upset that they had to play last, and then eventually they were like, "Oh yeah, we have to play last." Their drummer ended up. I had to call the show at 12:50. I'm like, if your drummer's not here by 1, how late are you playing till? Who's your crowd? The show's kind of dying out here anyway. And so we just had to can it. And I could come on here and yell about that. But you know what the funny thing is? The promoter did nothing for this show. The promoter didn't find their own bands. The promoter didn't put posters up. The promoter didn't even bother to reach out to the bands to let them know what time the show was supposed to start. So the show actually started an hour later. So it's just a message for everyone, guys. This is all our scene. We all need to be working together, but we have to do our job, and we can't be the kind of people who complain about the promoters or the bands one way or the other, because
there's always a finger to point.
People are dropping. What I'm saying is I think there's enough blame to go around for everyone. So
it's
maybe
just about owning your own crap.
Yeah.
You say you're.
And not pointing fingers.
Did the promoter get paid?
Huh?
Did the promoter get paid?
I'm assuming.
Right.
Oh, God.
Ugh. Paid to do
nothing.
Right.
Yeah, no, one of the acts actually told me they contacted the promoter and asked them, what is it you actually do?
Right.
So, folks, go out, do your job, and if you want to be a musician, realize that, the nightlife is when you need to be available to people. I've had people decline promotional opportunities because, it's Halloween and I want to go drinking.
Right.
And it's yes, that's fun, but you're an adult and you want to do this.
Well, and then someone else wants it more than they do.
Yeah, and those are the people who are going to get it, are the people who can take that time and go and do it. And if you can't be bothered to do something for free, that's not going to cause you anything because you need to go and hang out with your friends, then, get a 9-to-5 job, because those are the kind of jobs where you can really do that stuff. But if you want to be a musician, you have to avail yourself for those kind of time slots.
And there are young and talented musicians like Eleni.
Yes.
Eleni.
Who's right here?
Hard name.
On a Saturday night.
That was
Thank
rude.
you. No, it's okay. It's hard to say it.
And then
Eleni.
And then I have one last thing. What are we doing on time? All right, I got a minute and a half. Hey guys, if you don't want to be on a podcast, don't come on a fucking podcast. I have had basically 3 guests now that I would describe as actively hostile. People who were either too good for it the second they came in. One guy spent the entire interview insulting me to my face.
What?
Seriously, folks, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to come here. At least the last hostile interview I had, which happened kind of recently, and I don't want to name names there, but from the outset of the interview, it was I was insulting them, and they were too cool to be there, and they were just over it. And
not on my watch.
And it's if that's your attitude, just don't fucking do it. Don't waste my time or your time.
And what does that project anyway?
Absolutely.
Who's going to actually want to support you then in your music if you're that much of an asshole to take, it's that whole gift horse.
Oh, absolutely. And I've had more than enough times now where I've interviewed someone and afterwards the person next to me would be dude, what the fuck was their problem? And it's
Jeez.
Come on, I'm here to help. I'm giving my time. I don't really get paid for a whole lot of this.
I was, at least then you see like their true colors, how they actually are.
Oh, absolutely. And you
it's
know,
rough, but I mean, it's the reality of it.
and we kind of talk behind the scenes about kind of, you know, having a blacklist, but that's a great way to get there, you know.
But I mean, if there's bad people in the world, you gotta point them out.
Absolutely.
So they don't hurt you anymore.
So, yeah, like if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, hey, these guys sound like fun, I want to come on and be interesting. That's really cool.
Well, no one's going to want to come on your podcast now because you're ending your episode with your ranting. We gotta structure this.
So, do I need to yell at the beginning of the episode?
I think, yeah, so people forget about it by the end.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's great. Lead with the yelling. I like this. You'll have me all tuckered out by the end of the episode then.
Are you tired?
Oh, I am.
There was a lot of yelling.
It's way past my bedtime. But yes. That's called Encore. I don't know if we're going to keep that or not. I just came up with the idea for that segment. I still do have like a lot of shit I want to yell about at other times. So.
I liked it. I thought it was
Thank
cool.
you. Excellent. So,
struggle is real.
It is real, man. So that's all we have for episode number 43.
43 episodes.
God. I literally... We don't have a plan for episode 44 yet. This has been kind of a common theme. Like, there used to be a part in the script where we're like, on episode 44, this person's coming on, and now we're just at the point where we're like, someone will be here.
Well, it's more exciting.
Because I mentioned 4 names I was going to invite for this next episode, and Eleni's the only one who came.
Hi.
We actually had a guest cancel on us. We were going to have a second guest who canceled on us last night.
Sure.
So, we're going to have someone. I'm sure they're going to be super interesting.
I've got some ideas. I got some rabbits to pull out of this hat.
I've got some ideas up my sleeve as well. So we'll have a fresh batch of upcoming shows to talk to you about, and previous shows, and hopefully I will have some new musics. We still have all of the audio from the live episode we did. We haven't played any of that yet.
That's excellent.
So we might end up just doing a whole bunch of that for the next episode, possibly.
Well, it's worthwhile and it's diverse. I think there's certainly enough to...
Speaking of The Struggle is Real, and God, this episode's going to be so long because we just keep getting off course, but I discovered that if you use a Chromebook and you put a little memory card in there, if you hit delete, it's gone. There's no, like, recycling, like, bin, like most computers have. It is gone. So we literally lost all of Shannon Vanderland's stuff from the live show.
Yeah.
Just like that. I'm so upset about it because she was great. Her interview was good and her performance was good. So it's something preventing her from being on this podcast. We've tried so many times.
Technical difficulties.
But yeah, so the interviews are great, but the crowd was getting drunk as the night progressed. So they were getting loud, so I don't even know if any of the interviews we did after that point are even going to be usable. But I do know there's a ton of live good music that we have from that show, and at the very least we'll have that. And you can listen to the Scarecrow show, almost getting into a fight with a drunk girl. I should have all the audio of that. I subdued someone. The guy with the cane. I've been fighting since about second grade. So that was awesome. So, back to the podcast. Check out all of the LWNY family of podcasts, including there's the Skeleton Closet, and there's the Think So Joe podcast, starring whatever fake name I'm giving for Joe this week, and Karina DeFabio. And then we have The Big Picture with Michael Sargent. Insert crazy conspiracy theory joke. Do you have anything to add?
I'm just excited to be here.
Yes, this episode's run so long, we can just kind of coast at this point.
I'm just glad to be part of the podcast in general. Thank you.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Yeah.
Alright, folks, you can find us on Facebook.com/The Struggle Is Real Podcast, or on Twitter at SIR Podcast NY. I had big news. I was going to announce the last episode and forgot, and now I don't have any time this episode. So guess what? Next episode, big news.
Big news.
That's what I'm going to end on right there. There's big news, folks. Life is hard, so please be kind to one another and keep on struggling. Thank you.